Hello, hello, Aquarius. Mal, intuitive coach here, excited to bring in your March 2025 career and money reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Aquarius, I am getting a picture of a notebook and someone writing in it. So this could be a month of taking notes, journaling, writing things down. Some of you are writers, creators, or inventors in some way. I am getting pros and cons as well. That could be what you are writing down, whether you're actually writing it on paper or this can be mentally. I feel like you may be writing a list. You may have a couple of options coming in for you in the month of March. Yeah, look at that. You have the Two of Wands. You got the whole world in your hands here. And twos are about choices. They're also about duality, reflection, diversity, and partnerships. So you're asking yourself some of the bigger questions here and what you can do. There's the Hermit. What you can do to focus on your long-term growth, but also what do you enjoy doing? Are you required to go back to school? Are you no longer fulfilled by something you've done previously that was fulfilling? Are you burnt out? Are you letting perfectionism get in the way? Is there a form of procrastination? Whatever has been maybe holding you back or whatever has been a financial block, I just see you moving towards letting that go this month. And it makes sense. We have Aries rolling in, which is the start of the astrological new year. So it's a new vibration. And the fact that you're weighing up pros and cons here tells me that you're contemplating what is in your highest good. Bottom of the deck, you have the Knight of Cups. You have the Teacher here. Now, Aquarius, a lot of you are teachers in some context. You have the ability to motivate others to strive to uncover their true potential. You could be a motivational speaker, a coach, a teacher, a mentor. You may also be working on taking classes at this time, educating yourself. Maybe you're in the student position, but you're working up towards becoming the teacher. I feel like this is expansion. You're being guided to expand beyond and teach others, maybe something that you have experience in, knowledge in, and if you're curious about it, you may be guided to learn more about it, because I feel like there is an overlaying energy here of being a motivator for others. But maybe this is you motivating yourself in a sense. Now you have the Watch card. This is about seizing the moment. Some of you may have gone through a bit of a waiting period. I will tell you, Aquarius, there's been a common theme amongst all of the career and money readings this month, and I only have one more to go after you, and that's been the Hanged Man. I haven't even looked to see what's out here. I don't see the Hanged Man, but I am getting the waiting period. So it feels like something has been in suspension, or it's felt a little bit stalled or delayed. Maybe you put it on the back burner. It could even be a childhood dream of yours here, but it feels like you're weighing up some pros and cons, and you're asking, how can I make this happen? How can I bring joy and fulfillment as well as financial stability here? So this is the time for you to maybe make some choices when it comes to your long-term abundance, but I'm also getting your health and happiness. You may have even taken a bit of a mental health day. Some of you needed a little bit of time to disconnect from the heavy demands, maybe even take a bit of vacation, because some of you may have been feeling a bit burnt out. Now you do have divine timing at play here, and you have the Mechanic card. I think it was also Capricorn that received this. So some of you may have Capricorn in your chart, or you're on that cusp. Capricorn season could be significant here. December, January could have been a big time of maybe valuable information coming through spiritual insight, meditation. But I also get here with the mechanic, there may be something that comes up in the month of March with like your vehicle, with your like washer or dryer, plumbing, heating, anything like that. It may need tending, right? It may need to be looked at. It says mend what needs mending. It might be broken, but not all is lost. And I do feel like something is under warranty. Something could be covered here as well. You may also be looking at joining the automotive industry. Some of you could be traveling, maybe purchasing a new car, maybe even looking into real estate or Airbnb. I'm getting travel arrangements. It says you can easily fix your finances, but a sacrifice, there's that hanged man energy, but a sacrifice is needed. So because you have the watch card and because I'm weighing up pros and cons, that's the first message coming through. It may feel like you sacrifice either some time, some money, some energy in order for you to stay consistent on a long-term dream of yours. And I feel like this is a rewarded sacrifice is the message I'm getting, rewarded sacrifice. And that's interesting because that came up for Capricorn as well. Bottom of the deck here, Aquarius, you have activation. You are activating your soul purpose and receiving gifts. Right behind it, we have the luck card. Beautiful. Anything you do now will be very prosperous. If you believe that you're lucky, you'll create an abundant mindset. Same goes for the opposite. If you believe that you are unlucky, you will start to see things that feel like it's not luck, right? So be very mindful of the view, the lens in which you are seeing the world, because that's some sort of belief that you have internally. Your perspective, there's the word perspective again, sacrifice again. So even though the hanged man is not out here, it's still hovering over the energy. I've been saying it's a collective or global movement that is taking place March into April. So a global movement here. If your perspective is stifling your growth and maybe stamping your luck, it's time for you to shift gears a bit because there is an activation coming in. Awaken your soul and tap into your ancestral memory and inner wisdom. Just like the muscles, you can see that this guy's obviously been working out, and that's muscle memory. The muscle starts to hold shape. There's the physical evidence of it. We don't always see it, but that's the exact same thing that happens in our brains, right? Our brain is like a muscle. We have to condition it daily. And I feel like you are activating your expansive consciousness instead of restricting it in some way. So this is a big message for you this month. Now, starting off here, Aquarius, you have the Four of Pentacles. You've been sitting on it. You've been sitting on an idea, sitting on maybe your finances, not quite sure. Do I consolidate? Do I combine? Do I sell? Do I buy? It feels like you've been sitting on some thoughts or ideas that you've had. And the Four of Pentacles is saying, all right, what do we need to switch up here? Because you're managing your resources and finances. You may be even saving for something that you need, but perhaps this is the month where you're weighing up pros and cons and saying, all right, is it time? Do I have enough hours to take that vacation? Or do I have enough money to buy that home? Do I have enough time that I can put into this business opportunity? So again, weighing up pros and cons. Do I hang on? Do I let go? That's what this is all about here. And the Four of Pentacles, you can see that he's sitting on that treasure chest, but the cat knows that there's an opportunity. You see that the cat is over there as a sign, as a symbol, because Spirit is always sending us signs and symbols when we're not trusting in our inner wisdom. The outer world, right? Spirit sends them to our outer world, which show up as signs and synchronicities. So the cat nose and the window's open, saying there's an opportunity out here. Let's not let it pass us by. We have the opportunity to expand, to take this idea that we've been sitting on, or take this cash that we've been sitting on, or whatever it may be. And I feel like you may be investing in your education, investing in your future, investing in your home and your land. This is a card here, the Eight of Pentacles. It is a card of dedication. And I feel like you're gaining knowledge. You've already gained some knowledge. If you're in that teacher mindset here versus the student, you already have what it takes to make a good choice moving forward. And that's why this is the month you're weighing it up here. So some of you are going back to school. This can be the energy of craftsmanship, gaining more knowledge, apprenticeship, practice, mastering a skill. And I feel like it's important now than ever to manage your time. Time management is showing up. You have it on the watch card, Aquarius. There's something about the timing of things, your own schedule. Make sure that you are scheduling fun as well, right? It should be a top priority, but so often we shove fun and enjoyment at the bottom. We say, well, we got to adult, right? We have to take care of these responsibilities and clean and cook and work and build this business and take care of everyone else. But I feel like this is a month where you're prioritizing curiosities. You're prioritizing experimenting and trying new things. So make sure you are dedicating the time to do so. But I actually feel by doing so, it frees you up for more time. So that's the perspective that's shifting here. Because right now you may be saying, Mel, I don't have enough time. I can't do this, or there's not enough hours in the day. It's because something that you are prioritizing is asking you to really go within. That's why you have the Hermit here. Really go within and say, wait a second. Do you even enjoy this anymore? Is it draining? Can you look at it from an expansive perspective versus restrictive? Is there a pressure here? Is there a deadline? I feel like this is a powerful tool for you this month with this Eight of Pentacles. Some of you may be feeling uninspired, but it's not a slump about lack of creativity or lack of inspiration. If you've been feeling like you've been in a bit of slump, it's more about shedding an old way of doing things. It is about needing a new approach that feels more expansive because the old way is restricting you. And it's time for you to experiment. You see that she's in her apothecary. She has all the potions there. She's mixing and matching, right? I do this all the time when I cook. I rarely ever go by a recipe and I just throw a little bit of this in there, a little bit of that. Most of the time it comes out super delicious. Other times it's an epic fail. But how am I going to know unless I, tweak things a little bit? And yes, sometimes we can go by the recipe. Sometimes we go by the book, and other times we are asked to explore or experiment. And I feel like that's what you're doing here. But time management is showing up, or divine timing, or now is the time to seize the moment. Because again, the message is not about a lack of inspiration or a lack of creativity. And if you feel like you've hit a wall here, step into that energy and say, what is this resistance trying to tell me? What is this block trying to tell me? I think you're going to find some answers this month. What's below you? You have the Chariot in reverse. Some of you felt like you got off track, right? Perhaps there were impulsivities, or you just felt like you weren't quite sure what direction to go in with that Chariot. I feel like you're realigning here. You're realigning with the path that feels more connected to your heart. Knight of Cups with the Two of Cups. Yeah, this is beautiful. The law of attraction. You're shedding an old approach, but it feels like through that shedding that you are stuck. But sometimes that's the resistance because we're hanging on to it. It's like the caterpillar and the butterfly, right? When we're in that cocoon phase, it feels like we're dying. Like, oh my gosh, this is ending. I have to hang on. But really, It's not about dying in itself. It's not about being stuck in that state forever. It's about shedding the old version of you in order for the new wings to approach. That's exactly what is happening here. Now, in the recent past, things have felt stuck or stalled with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This is about lack of focus, lack of discipline, lost direction here, Aquarius. But because you are the sign of expansion, the sign of, big energies here, being able to tap into the brain consciousness here in a sense, you are putting behind some sort of disappointment or pain with the Three of Swords showing up here. The Three of Swords says that some of you had unresolved disappointment that caused you bitterness, caused you to be closed off, caused you to not trust that people had your back or you could trust them. There may have been rejection, denied. You may have been denied here, or you went through some very heavy times. Some of you, it's been with people that you really trusted and you're like, I can't trust that, Mel. I don't even know what way is up, what way is down, because I can't trust in the path. Well, that's where she comes in. She being your inner priestess or priest, male or female. But this is about you trusting that intuitive wisdom that the high priestess brings in. This is about your spiritual insight. Not feeling detached from your intuition, but trusting that she's never betrayed you, right? She's never turned her back on you. She's been there all along. But sometimes we go through these experiences in life that hurt and we tend to disconnect. We have spiritual amnesia, if you will. We tend to forget that we have everything we need within us to heal, to grow, to evolve, and to move forward. So trust your intuition more than ever this month. Because what do we have coming in? There's the Two of Wands. There's the decision point, the prayers, the asking the universe here for direction, which I see it twice here with the Chariot. All right. And with the Two of Wands, you're like, all right, universe, I hear you. I hear the call. Now I trust that this or something greater is for my highest good, but can you please lead me on the path? What is it? This is about stepping outside your comfort zone. So if you've come to this reading with a question, the answer is step outside of your comfort zone. If you've been stagnant or complacent in some way, I feel like it's important not to doubt yourself, not to stay in analysis paralysis or indecision, but to get clear on what it is that you truly want to feel, right? Tap into your feelings, your emotions, because that's what drives the Chariot. Allow your feelings to bubble up. Do you love what you're doing? Do you want to move in a direction that feels more aligned with your purpose? I feel like that's the direction you're meant to go, but you're holding the world in your hands. This tells me that you do have the potential to really grow, to evolve, and to expand. You have the Hermit. We are in a 9 year. The 9 is the Hermit here. This is about your enlightenment. There is an enlightening opportunity coming in here where you had to withdraw for a bit. You had to withdraw, or for some of you, you felt rejected, right? This is the energy sometimes in reverse of rejection. And you're like, Mel, the universe is rejecting me. Why isn't this aligning? I know what I feel inside, but the outside world is not aligning, which means we're still feeling disconnected. And I feel like you've done the work, but here you have the wisdom. You have the owl coming in, which does represent seeing things, seeing beyond, seeing through, like seeing above even that owl's point of view, seeing through the illusion, seeing through the mask, seeing through the smoke. Yeah, look at that. You kind of have the smoke showing up here. This is really going to be an enlightening month for you. So if you felt like it wasn't time or you weren't quite sure the next steps, you're going to see that the doorway, the portal starts to open up, because your biggest fear, Aquarius, is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is focusing on the past, frustration, boredom, emotional stagnancy, lack of inspiration. Remember what we said. It's not about lack of inspiration or creativity. It is more about shedding an old way of doing things. A new approach is needed. Now, what's the hope here? The hope is that there's a turning point. The hope is that we can reach out and see things from a higher perspective, not from our own self-absorbed, because it is, right? We become absorbed in our own world, our own pain, our own trauma, our own stuckness. And how can we expand that reach out into the ethers? How can we take it above and then take it above again and ask, what is this trying to teach me? What do I need to become? Who do I need to become to live my best life? And boom, that is the enlightened moment that you are having in the month of March that leads you to your outcome, which is the star. Guess what? The star is Aquarian energy. It is you. It's a wish being granted. Some of you are in the spotlight, right? This could be fame. It can be a star is born. Oh, I'm hearing that. A star is born. It feels like you're rising up to meet your destiny. As above, so below. You had to go through some of this shadow. We're going to call it the golden shadow. The golden shadow here, because it's through that shadow where you're really able to embrace your light. And I do feel like you're rising up. You see all the stars here aligning. The star is about a wish. It's inspiration. It's dreams. It's a healing. And it's a brighter future ahead for you financially, health-wise. Remember, health is wealth. This is abundance. This is riches beyond. When you start to view it from that perspective, nothing is lost, nothing is wasted, even if it feels at times like you've wasted time or energy or efforts or money. It was all part of this grand epiphany, all right? It was all part of the grand plan here in some way. And yes, there's always consequences for our choices, but I feel like the star in the upright position is beautiful. It is a wish granted, and you're coming into alignment with it. As I just said, that connection between your inner world and your outer world, it's coming together here. That's what the star does. As above, so below. It meets in the middle, where both of those things are now mirrored. The Two of Cups, that's the law of attraction. And you're taking action and you're saying, all right, I'm on board. Let's go do this. Let's get this. So I love this for you. Even though we've gone through some shadow, and we talked about that here in your reading, you're really embracing here the light. Let's get a final message from the wisdom of the oracle. We have happy, happy. There you are embracing the light. And this is the happiest card that you can get in the deck. It's card 26. Some of you may be 26 years old. Some of you may be a 8 life path number, personal year number, or born on the 8th. And the message for you is joy and contentment, a sense of fulfillment, a feeling. There it is, a feeling. Remember the chariot energy here. We talked about this Cancerian energy, which is about emotions. It's about feeling. That's what drives the chariot. So this is a feeling that all is well. Your desires are effortlessly fulfilled right now. Find joy in the present moment. Whatever is happening, and be satisfied with things as they are. You are free from the shackles of longing and able to experience the liberation that comes from actually being happy moment to moment. For you have chosen happiness over yearning for it. Now is the time for feeling joy for the sake of joy and experiencing contentment. None of this is because of something outside yourself. We've been talking about that here in your reading as well. Your happiness is a result of your being at one with Spirit's plan for your life. All is well. The tide is in for now. Enjoy playfully splashing in it. This is also a time for you, Aquarius, to take great pride in your accomplishments. You're doing good work. You're providing exceptional service, and a lot of you are well compensated here for it. The world rains gratitude upon you, and you're happy with the results of your efforts and creativity. Isn't it amazing to consider all that you have done? Remember your partnership with Spirit in the moment too. Your soul always has known has always known that you could accomplish anything if it brought you joy, right? There's the same message coming up in your reading. Does this still bring you enjoyment? I am going to read the protection message because some of you are still sitting in some sort of disappointment with the 3 of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles, quite literally sitting in it. So please take this protection message as it resonates. Lighten up, because this is a time to be ridiculous and silly. See the world through the eyes of a clown, and don't take yourself or any situation right now too seriously. Have fun, be playful, make laughter the order of the day. Is it your reading? I said earlier, the priority list. I think it is. I said put that at the top of the list. We tend to put adulting, responsibilities, all of that at the top. This should be the order of the day for you, okay? Have fun, be playful, make laughter the order of the day. You'll be surprised by how everything just seems to fall into place. When humor leads the way, being happy and lighthearted is a wonderful icebreaker. I read it as a wonderful teacher. Okay, that's how I literally read it. Even though the words say icebreaker, I read it as a wonderful teacher. Life is meant for play as well as work, for laughter as well as tears, for celebration as well as focus. Spirit wants to sparkle through you today. Smile and enjoy each breath and each moment. Miracles lie in the silly things today. I love that message here for you, Aquarius. All right, let's get a few messages from your spirit animals. And at this time, if you can safely do so, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Nice big inhale through the nose. Hold it as long as you can. And release through the mouth with a nice big sigh. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first animal that shows up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky. Perhaps your animal swims deep in the sea. Your animal could be magical, mystical, domesticated, or wild. This could be a pet that's crossed over the rainbow bridge. One that's crossed your path recently in the great outdoors. Or maybe even a pet that you have by your side or at your home. And if you need a moment, Aquarius, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do, Aquarius, is drop your animal, whether you have 1 or 10, drop them below in the comment section. I will enter you into the free reading giveaway where I draw one winner around the 1st of the month and post right back here on the channel. So please be sure to hit that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss that notification. All right, we have here card 66. Some of you may be 66, 47, 37, or born on the 10th. You have the pig here. Pig reminds you to use your mind wisely. You are an air sign. I am an Aquarius moon with a Libra sun. It is vital that we use our minds wisely. Because I always say the mind can build, the mind can destroy. Right? It's up to us. Just like that muscle that we were talking about earlier, right? The mind is like a muscle. We have to condition it daily. We have to program it into that abundant mindset. So that's what the pig is reminding you. If you think it's off limits, I want you to think again, because there's a message about the pig that has wings, right? You've heard the saying, when pigs fly, and what does that mean? Oh, that'll never happen because pigs do not fly. Where there's a will, there's a way. If you want something, figure it out. There's a great book called Everything is Figure Outable. And if this is within your control, I feel like you have the ability to figure it out. All right, you have here the white raven spirit. Trust in the magic. Trust in the magic of your life. Trust in the magic of your skills and your craft. Yeah, I'm getting your craft here because you are unique, just like a snowflake, just like a fingerprint. There is no one that is exactly like you. And it is important for you to trust in your own divine magic. All right, we have the lion. Be generous. Be generous of spirit. Spirit is generous with you. The lion also represents strength and courage, overcoming difficulty, facing fears, not doubting thyself. And sometimes we tend to get caught up in that fight or flight. I feel like it's time to address that. What is it that we wall off, we fight against, or our defenses come up, defense mechanisms? What is it that we avoid, we flight, we disconnect from? You may be guided to face that head on because perhaps that has been an obstacle holding you back from your abundance. You have what it takes when you have the strength here of the lion. And then lastly, I saved the best for last. It's one of my favorites here. It is card 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune, but it's buffalo spirit. And it says, the abundant universe will provide. The abundant universe will provide. You know that scarcity or poverty conscious mindset that sometimes we can get into? Not saying that that's where you're at, because a lot of you are very expansive within your thinking. But when we have that 3 of Swords that's looming over us, it can squash our abundance. And remember what the luck says here. Your perspective is stifling your growth and stamping your luck. So change that perspective. Incorporate this phrase into your vocabulary. The abundant universe will provide. Write that down. For those of you that did not enter your animal in the comment section below, if you didn't have an animal, that's okay as well. If you still want to be in that reading, write this below. The abundant universe will provide. Claim it. Put it out there. Write it down, right? We have the writing, the pros and cons, the list, the journaling. Some of you, maybe you're blog writers, or you are writing a memoir, writing a book. Just know that the abundant universe will provide through many different resources here. It's not just one resource. The buffalo provides many. All right, last but not least, let's get a message here from your soul's truth. What does Aquarius need to know for your soul's truth? What is your soul truth? Are you ready? Start your engines. Are you ready to let go of this buried shame? Aquarius, the feeling of shame is the lowest energy frequency there is. Some of you, that's what that 3 of Swords is. It's shame. It could even be shame for another. When you live in shame, you live in darkness. What part of you is ready to stand in the light? That's the star energy as well, right? Even though it's not necessarily the sun, but it's a brighter future. It is the stars that light up the sky. What part of you is ready to stand in the light? Is there any shame from a past experience that is ready to be healed? Because the star represents healing as well. Heal the shame by giving it a name. Bring it to the light and let it be seen, heard, and healed. It's revival season. Well, and March is the start of the astrological new year. It's Aries season, but it's also Pisces season, right? But it says here, it's revival season. Replace the shame with your soul's truth. Drop this below. I'd love to hear it. My soul's truth is blank. Fill it out. Drop it below. What is your soul's truth? My soul's truth is I am worthy. I am divine, right? I am abundant. I am happy. I am joyful. Whatever your soul's truth is, claim it, drop it below. That is what I have for you, Aquarius. I'm loving this. By the way, these readings are put out a bit early. As I'm a preparer, I like to have these things. And sometimes life happens and we don't always have time to watch the videos right away. So sometimes we shove them in our watch later. This gives you plenty of time to prepare. And sometimes these things happen now at the time of viewing them, even if it's not in the month of March or if it's a couple weeks after. So take it as it resonates. The reason I bring that up is because someone asked the other day, they're like, Mel, we're not in March yet, but I feel like this is happening now. So whenever you are seeing this, take it as it resonates, because it's your frequency, it's your vibration. And if it resonates now for you, then it's meant for you now. So that is what I have for you. Thank you so much. Please do hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. Feel free to drop your power animal, claim your soul's truth, put in the phrase, all the things. Thank you so much, Aquarius, and happy birthday to those of you that are celebrating birthdays.